Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm not going to be on here too long today. I just want to cover some things that I didn't get to cover last Thursday. Um, and that was based on what was happening this time last year. And I want to just um, make it clear the best I can with little bits as I go, because it was a lot for everyone around me. I don't know too much about myself at that time. Um, it says I'm going live, but if you catch me late here on what I was saying, I want to just follow up on everybody on everything I was saying last week about what happened last year. This time last year, I was getting out of the hospital and out of rehab, and um, and it was due to wear and tear through the years to my liver, um, due to drugs and alcohol, and in this case, mainly alcohol. And it had taken me down in a way that I couldn't, I don't even remember. And I don't remember the whole experience for the 2 weeks in the hospital that I was even on life support. And they were holding me down, strapping me down, supposedly. I don't remember any of this stuff. I was quite a handful from what I hear. I'm sorry to everybody. I want to apologize and thank at the same time everybody here that I can that were there with me during the hospital. And if I'm leaving anybody out, please forgive me. Um, and I want to thank Steve and Jody Kilgore um, for helping me out. I didn't know that Jody was there. She's good friends with Lucy, but she was there at the moment I went to the hospital. Um, Also, her daughter Alyssa, and Alyssa was there, and during a time when she was mommy pregnant with two babies, two twins that came out healthy. From what I hear, they're doing awesome, and she was there helping. She was in so many ways. Her and Steve and Jody and I want to thank them personally, and Jr. and Amy Davenport, who was also there, supposedly during the time, because I don't remember. And they were, I guess, yeah, helping out, keeping blood clots from forming in my legs. Geez, the things that friends will do, right? To the Terescos, once again, Bill and Anne Marie, and Dave and Joanne Ferguson, and and also to the Thurstons, John and Jen. Also want to thank Sarah during that time. Everybody knows who they are here. Um, I just want to say thank you for getting me through that moment. Without you, I would probably be dead. There's a good chance. Um, and then when I got out of the rehab, I went straight when I got out of the hospital. I went straight to rehab for a month, and where I was isolated, even without my phone or anything for that month, and physical and mental rehabilitation at a place called Cirque Lodge. Awesome place, awesome staff, and yeah, they gave me the tools in that time, and it wasn't until like a week before I was to leave rehabilitation at Cirque. I learned that there was a benefit that was put together, and I'd love to go down a long list of people to thank on this one, because I really should, and I want to. And I'm gathering the list together. It's going to be a list where I don't want. I just want to thank everybody, man, from the bottom of my heart. I didn't know that the benefit was taking place till a week before prior. I felt very guilty when I heard about it. My wife, was letting me know that we didn't have the money. I didn't know what was going on, and I couldn't say much on it. So I could only understand at that point. And I just want to thank everybody for helping. That really helped me out in the bill world. And that was Mark O'Toole, who helped orchestrate that. He was the main guy in the benefit when you went out to see that. And boy, what a benefit that turned out to be. That was something else. John Katz was covering a lot of, the, or following up on what I was going through the best he could. And um, yeah, I just want to thank everybody on that end, everybody. And I don't know where to start, and I don't know where to even end on that, but I will come up with a plan on that to thank everybody. But I love you all. Thank you. And my band members, I want to especially thank all of them, everybody that, and that's a long list of people that got up, but Nikki Logan, all of my main colleagues in this business I work with, Dave Hart, I haven't seen him in a long time, who came out, and what an honor to have all those guys, John Wiedemeyer, Dave Hart, Jimmy McIntosh, Jimmy Trippy, my brother in arms. All of them are, all of them. These are all my brothers, and and even Nikki, she she's my, you say sister, she's my brother too, but no, she's, all of them very dear to me. And um, thank you guys, thank you. But I get to personally thank them when I see them next. Give them a big kiss. And everybody, I love you. Thank you for what you did and keeping me alive. And so my apologies to everybody, out there. It really, I apologize and I thank you. And I'm guilty. I feel guilt. I feel embarrassment. Um, but I am to learn from this embarrassment. That's what I'm going to take from it. I have so many apologies to my family, to my late grandmother, um, to everybody out there for my shortcomings, for things that I just did not live up to the expectations. But I really didn't want to, and it was hard, and I was trying to convince myself, and drinking helped me convince myself, drugs helped me convince myself that this is what I wanted to do, and that being the music business, the way it was set out. And ah, you know, anyway, it just wasn't happy. It wasn't happy at all. It wasn't good. And if I can go back in time and change some things, God knows I would. But I'm just living day to day at this point. But my goals, I can tell you, I feel much better. My health is I didn't think it would feel better, but it is, and I'm getting there slowly. My brain might be coming back. I don't know if it was ever there actually. Um, and I just promise myself, which will make a promise to everyone else, but I promise myself to stay clean and really focus into the arts. That's what I've been doing. Arts, into the music, and anything that has to do with visual arts too. I love that, and that's where I've been. And writing some songs, yes, and and also just reading a lot on history and things I love, and that keeps me on the tightrope, if you will. And I'm still gun shy from everything, from the years of doing this, and now to be sober. I am very gun shy, or shy. I'm shell shocked from it all. I feel like I've been through a battle, and I'm beat up and I'm wore out. And I want to be happy. Happiness is overrated in my opinion. I don't seek happiness. I take it when it comes. I just seek serenity, I guess, or peace, in life. And that's what I want. Um, I'm taking it day by day. That's where I'm at. So that's that. And for now, and I'll answer questions to people as I go. If anybody wants to know, I'm very open about everything, but I do it bits and bits. Um, because all at once, and then who am I giving it to, and what are they going to do with that information? How are they going to use information? It's just what it is. It's there's no excuse. Um, but if there's a story, there you go. That's what that is. My story, and I'm sticking to it. But it's not a stubborn story. It's one of embarrassment. I'm truly embarrassed, and I think by coming forth with this is a first step. You know. Um, so let's see. Okay, so Rick McGibbon is having electrical issues wherever he is. It sounds like he's in Maine. We're having some weather out here in Las Vegas, believe it or not. Some thunder and lightning and some expected rain with these high gale force gust winds that are hitting the valley. But I love it when it's like that because in Las Vegas, I come from swamp and I come from South Mississippi and Louisiana. Nothing but water and puddles and holes in the ground. We don't have, if there's a hill, it's man made where I'm from. And when I came out west, and also I might add that not only we have all that water we have on the ground, we have it in the sky too, where I'm from. And when I moved out west out here in the desert, it was just a complete stark contrast of where I came from, and I loved it. It's not to say that I love where I'm from, but I felt I really did just feel at home when I came out west to the desert. And it's not like Las Vegas was every bit calling me, but it was because there's where my work is, and I love the recreation of the desert and what it provides. Not the lack of water part, but yeah, but I know where my local watering holes are, not the bars. I'm talking about the local springs, you know. Let's see. Good. We have some people. We have Barbara Mingo. Thank you, Barbara. And there's Jennifer Thurston. She wants me to know that Joanne's watching, and so she can't say anything in the comments section. So you're speaking for Joanne, who cannot speak for herself. Well, bless your heart, Jen. For Joanne and everyone, thank you once again. And hey, Dave, Toodles, let me know if you need anything. I'm not but a hop, skip, and jump away. Me and Lucy. And yeah, we're all kind of neighbors out here, everybody, just so you know that I'm mentioning. We live we live but a hop, skip, and jump away. Let's see. Oh, I see Mark from Switzerland. Wow. He is where the sun is. Well, Mark, it's good to hear from you, brother. When I get off the phone, I'm gonna look up and see. When I get off of this, I'm gonna look on my phone and see if I can find your number and get you my new number. I haven't talked to Mark. I went to Switzerland for a couple trips, but at one of the trips I stayed out there for a month, and I got to know Phil Danker and got to meet him, who hired me to come out along with another American singer, and we toured Switzerland with this tour called this I think it was called the Say It tour, and it was a car that Switzerland was known for. I don't know if it's still around, and that was a blast, man. I had the best time, and I'm going to tell you something, guys. Switzerland, I did not want to leave. I've been to other countries. I've been to Europe, I've been to Asia, but there was something about that part of Europe and Switzerland mainly. Just that place. I went to almost every city we got to visit, and that was just the time of my life. And I'll always be Switzerland's always very fond to my heart. It's very I don't remember one bad little moment there. It was just awesome. It was great. And I'm telling you, what a clean, clean, beautiful country. There's just the cleanest air, beautiful, crisp, dewy mountains with green valleys, and just doesn't look real. And the people there, they're like something out of a movie, that was the same thing in the Czech Republic. I guess Europe is like that in general. You just go out there in that general area of Europe. And when I come back to the United States, I'm always, no matter where I am in the world, I must tell you, the United States is a diverse melting pot, like a mofo, man. Like there is, if you don't believe me, go to another country and come back. Just go to some of the countries that I've been to. And then I come back to America and I'm always greeted with just diversity everywhere. And I have to say that because for those people that think this country doesn't have that, man, it just isn't. Maybe not in your opinion, but I've been to other countries and no, I go to Europe and I come back looking. I was once dark complected, but I went to Europe and I'm going to tell you that's what happens. It's either around all these white people out there or and you become white or become whiter. I don't know. It's a very beautiful part of the world, though. My wife is from the Czech Republic, and that's another place I got to spend a month. And it's very different from Switzerland, um, but Europe nonetheless. And it has its own taste and flavor and sound about it, and I love the Czech Republic too. That's a different thing too. It's near and dear to me also. Those are those places I go to that I wish I would have learned about more of the history before I went there, so I could have appreciated everything I was really. And believe me, I was trying to, but when you don't know the history of some of these things, and you don't really appreciate it till you know. And boy, there is a lot of history in those countries. I got castled out, by the way. You get castled out in Europe. I mean, you just get burned out from castles. They all start looking the same. Um, that's something I notice about Europe. A lot of cobblestone, a lot of cobblestone. And in Europe, another thing I noticed, they'll say like in Switzerland, they'll be like, it was a common thing. They were like, oh yeah, from here to this city in Switzerland, both cities in Switzerland, right? They're like, yeah, but that's driving all the way to the other side of the country. I'm like, how far is that? They're like, oh, an hour and a half from here. I'm like, what is? Then they'll stop and be like, oh yeah, I forget you're from the United States. You have a lot more land than we have in our country. This was a common thing. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Or I'm like, you guys kidding me? It's only an hour and a half drive. But they're like, well, just get on a train and go. That's the other thing in Europe. I love the transportation in Europe. It's trains and it's walkings and it's bicycles. And that's really fun. I like that. But yeah, anyway, it's good to see Mark from Switzerland. I'm gonna have to get in touch with him. Um, let's see. Mhm. Let's see. I did. Let's see. All right. Well, anyway, I'm trying to look through some of these. Chantel says, I stepped right away before you acknowledged me watching. It was my 9-year-old son with, okay. Oh, well, then, Chantel, a voice from the past echoing through your 9-year-old son. Well, that's interesting. That's funny. Well, I hope everybody is doing well on that end, and I'm sure your son is a healthy, good-looking 9-year-old boy, and growing up to be like his family, his mama, and I'm serious. I miss Lisa. I really miss her, and I wish I could have got to see Lisa Czar, Chantel. Just so you know, think about her all the time. I think about her all the time. Um, let's see. Um, do, do, do. And that's about it. I think I'm gonna go and try to catch this tent that my wife has put up in the backyard. We have some high winds coming in, and I'm gonna break that down and probably dive into something. I have some projects, so this is perfect weather for projects. I'll get some gear and make some room for some projects. Yeah, okay. Anyway, um, thank you all. Love you. Thanks for tuning in. Wish I had a little more for you, but I'll see you next Thursday. God bless you.